Hey, here we are again, another edition of Trash Talk, and he's
Yeah,
still Brandon, and I'm still Stuart.
I
And
guess.
we are brought to you in part by a really neat guy, Irving Chung, who is a franchise consultant. And right at the get-go, I want you to remember bigconsideration.com. Go to that website. You'll see a little bit more about what Irving does. He helps try to take people that have always wanted to be their own boss and maybe by finding a franchise that works for them, get them connected to a franchise, which, let's face it, you can go out and start your own business, but if you're going to do it from soup to nuts, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Sometimes there's a franchise that has already done all the homework for you, and you just set it up. They will help you set up with any equipment that you might need or any advertising and marketing that you might need. But Irving knows all that stuff in advance. He's a fascinating guy. Go to bigconsideration.com, get all the information. He also loves to work with veterans.
It's
So
awesome.
if you're a veteran and saying, I want to be my own boss, give Irving a call. And a little later in the show, we'll tell you about our other sponsor, the Patriot Sandwich Company. So we're thrilled. We got two great sponsors of this show, and we thank you for joining us each week.
Absolutely. And real quick too, bouncing off that with Irving. Yeah, you can check out, you had him on your other show recently, Someone You Should Know. So you can go back and check out that episode and kind of get a little more information about Irving and really get to see what he's about. So,
Yep.
hey, we love it. We appreciate the support. We appreciate helping other people. And for you guys out there, don't forget, comment, like, share. We want to hear from you.
That's right. Keep promoting the show because if you do, you'll be our heroes. And
That's right.
that's kind of what we're all about today. We're going to be talking not about talking about all kinds of heroes,
Yeah.
especially action
Action
heroes.
heroes, man. We're movie people. We talk about entertainment, and God knows the last year and a half, we probably just brainwashed ourselves with with
Everybody became a hero.
you know. Now we just watch 6 movies in a night, and it's no big deal, But but man, there's been some action movies, and I've been watching some. Like I just watched the new Mortal Kombat on HBO. That was really cool. Kind of video game nostalgia and stuff like that. Very cool. But I was thinking about the action heroes and the action movie days, like in their heyday, back in the 80s when you had the mega powers of Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they were just dominating the box office. And then Chuck Norris came around, and then you had some other Steven Seagal. It
Yeah.
was nonstop action movies back then. And man, I used to love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I still love Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he was my guy back in the day when I was a kid. And I love those movies. And I think about it and I'm like, man, they really did a lot back then,
It to a certain degree, those action heroes built up a lot of self-confidence in a lot of us as kids when we were growing up because these guys were always working out and always working to free the good guys from the bad guys. And
Yeah.
that's what we all kind of wanted to do, and so we all kind of got into that mindset. You mentioned Sly. I mean, not only was it the Rocky, I can't even
Oh,
call it a trilogy because what they went up to Rocky 5
they
or
went Rocky. Well, they did Rocky 5, and nobody wants to remember Rocky 5, but then he did Rocky Balboa, which was right after that. And
right,
that to me was as good as the first one. Amazing
right.
movie.
And you had that whole Rocky series, but then you also had the Rambo series, which I love that because I mean I'm a Vietnam veteran, and a lot of that was about freeing the prisoners from captivity, and I got
Yeah.
into that, and that also went what there was like 5 or 6 episodes of Rambo.
Yeah, because you went Rambo. He just came out with the last one. It was okay. It wasn't as good as the others, but it was different. And I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6
Yeah,
Rambos. But then here's the other thing. Going back to the Rocky movie. Rocky, the first movie itself, is a forget the boxing and all that. It's a good story. It's a good movie. It's well written. He wrote that.
Yep.
And it was good. You look at the first Rambo, it's about a guy returning from Vietnam, and he's not getting taken care of. He's being discriminated against. Well,
Yeah.
that happened.
And he's pissed
So,
off.
yeah. And
You
you know
know,
what? There's more than just the action there. There's like good stories there. But then you spawn off into Rocky, and now he's doing Creed. He's writing the Creed movies where it's about Apollo Creed's son. And then he's got the new ones he does, the Expendables, where it takes all the action heroes. You got Bruce Willis, Jason Statham, Sylvester, and they're all in it together. And it's just, I mean, this guy's made a ton of money off those movies.
well, it's a kind of a testament to these action heroes because, it's one thing to have one movie, maybe have a sequel, but to get up into 5 or 6 episodes, you mentioned Bruce Willis. He had at least 3 or 4 or 5 there too.
Yeah. He did the Die Hard series,
Right.
which, to me, the first 3 are really good. The 4th and 5th one, but either way, there's still a market for it. He made money off of them. And, then you look at Chuck Norris. He captured an entire audience, not just with his TV show, Walker, Texas Ranger, but all the movies he did,
Bruce Lee. Another one. I mean, he put all these karate studios on the map. I mean, every kid wanted to go into karate or any one of the martial arts, and it was to be like Bruce Lee, so you could jump and swing and kick and do everything.
You wouldn't have those martial art movies if it wasn't for Bruce Lee. There would be no Jet Li. There would be none of those guys because of Bruce Lee and that's a whole different genre too. I mean, that brought in Jean-Claude Van Damme. That brought in Steven Seagal, and there's something to it though. I mean, yeah, they're guy movies. I know girls like them too sometimes, but there's something to that action movie. Like, we just want to see a movie where we can just go kick butt and just be, just kick some butt.
I mean, we all wanted to have a little bit of that macho,
Yeah.
and if you didn't have it naturally, then you could sign up in a dojo and learn how to do it.
Yeah, and you could live vicariously through those guys, and they really were action heroes, they were super action heroes, and now I think we have a whole new breed of that. It's finally coming around. It seemed like for a while there, it kind of died off. Now it's coming around. I mean, yeah, you've got your superheroes and stuff, but you look at guys like The Rock. Now you got The Rock out there, who's been one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood for years.
Yeah.
He's a major action star. But then you got Vin Diesel. He's got 9 Fast and the Furious movies. 9.
Yeah. And after the first 1 or 2, I thought that was cool. But what else could you do? Jump in the car and driving fast.
What they're doing is they're just bringing more people in. I mean, you've had Jason Statham. You've got John Cena coming in. Now they're going to space. I don't. I mean, it's for real.
And we're talking about the human action figures, and then you've got all of the animated action figures that adults started getting into them. I think the kids did first, but I mean, we go back to the Batman and Superman and all that kind of stuff. But then when they started with the Spider-Man, they're up to what, 5 episodes of Spider-Man now, or and then you got the Avengers, groups of action heroes. It's incredible.
Yeah, they really are, and that's the other cool thing about it is, you have the movies action figure or action heroes, and then you've got the animated series, and then it goes back to the comic books or even TV shows. Like, I mean, do you remember The Equalizer? Back in the day.
Yeah,
he was his own action. I mean, he was his own action hero back in the day.
I mean, I even go further back to people like Rifleman.
Wow.
Chuck Connor. And then that was kind of a spinoff to a lot of those guys that don't worry, your city is safe because we've got these guys protecting us.
Right. There is a whole level of action movies and genres. I mean, even to realistic ones. Now, the big military movies too, that aren't just about specific, battles or wars. Now they've just kind of turned some of those into just action movies. Those are cool. And then of course, Transformers. Yeah, 5 Transformer movies.
Is it 5? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and those were always great too, just to watch them morph back and forth. I mean, what were Transformers? Transformers today are what Superman was, where he was just Clark Kent, mild mannered reporter wearing his suit. He'd jump into the phone booth, and all of a sudden, out he'd come as Superman. That was the original Transformers.
That was. It was like, hey, here's a truck. Never mind, he's a giant robot.
Right.
Well, and now you've got those, but then you've got the some of the streaming services coming out with their own action movies and superheroes and things like that. There's a new one, a series. It's called The Umbrella Academy, and it's on Netflix. And they're coming out with season 2. COVID kind of put a little wrench in that. Shocker.
Cool.
And it's all about these kids that were born on the same day, and they all have these special powers. And this one guy adopts them all and trains them to be superheroes or whatever. And it's new. It's not based off any comic. It's not based off any cartoon. And it's cool because now they're creating a whole new genre or new storyline. Very good, actually.
Well, I mean, Star Wars to a certain degree was action heroes too, because there were always different characters and everything that you followed through each of those episodes. And that's another one that's up to, when you think that it's gone, finally, they come out with another one, which I think.
Well, you've got 10 movies. You got 10 movies.
Yeah.
3 trilogies plus a middle one, and then you've got the cartoons and all that too. But that all connect too. And that's another action hero, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
The Fugitive. I mean, I know Fugitive was a remake, but it was a great movie. And then, of course, Indiana Jones, and then he was in a bunch of other action movies, and he was, what's that movie he was in where he was a police officer investigating a witness? That's a great movie,
yeah.
And he's an action hero, so we have a lot of them that have withstood the test of time. And I think I'm curious to see, I think The Rock is going to be here for a long time, but there's some other guys out there.
Yeah, you mentioned Harrison Ford. Wasn't he also in was it the Patriot Games or something? Him and Willem Dafoe.
Great movie.
Yeah.
He did. Those were the series of books, and I don't remember who wrote the books, but he did Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, Air Force One.
Air Force One, where he was the president.
Awesome.
And he single-handedly took down the bad guys,
Of course he did. I don't think our current president could do that. I don't know.
I don't think they want to.
Yeah, I don't think they want to either. We gotta wait until The Rock becomes president for that one.
Right. And then he'll clean up everything. And
yeah, don't worry about that. Putin's got nothing on The Rock. Better stand down, Putin.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Either that or John Cena or something. Against Putin. That would be a good matchup too.
Yeah, could you picture that, dude?
Come on, Putin, bring it on.
Yeah, give me a break. And then of course, I don't want to forget, he might not be considered an action hero by like Schwarzenegger and Stallone, but James Bond is his own action hero in his own right, especially the new ones with Daniel Craig, which are some of my favorites. That guy, that's an action hero movie,
It is. Absolutely. And, after Sean Connery, everybody thought when they come up with a different James Bond, oh, no, it won't work because Sean Connery was the James Bond. Well, he was within that series, and that and Daniel Craig has been a great James Bond.
Awesome. I can't wait till the next one. I think it's coming out. It was supposed to come out, and then obviously it didn't. I think it's coming out in Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. But that's supposed to be Daniel Craig's last one. So, but he says he's too old. He can't keep in shape anymore.
They'll get another James Bond to come along. I mean,
hey, look, we've had some good ones. We've had some bad ones. Roger Daughtry, I thought was cool. What's that other guy? Pierce Brosnan looked good, but he wasn't believable as an action guy. He looked great though.
Right.
And they were fun movies, but Timothy Dalton sucked. So that's why he only did one movie. He still sucks. He's a horrible actor.
He only got one shot. That was
get out of here, Timothy Dalton.
It was a medley of his hit.
Yeah. Everybody's got to miss once in a while.
Well, we got another action hero that we should mention, and that is David Jordan.
Yeah,
he's one of our favorite action heroes because he is our superstar in the field of sandwiches over at Patriot Sandwich Company in Denton, Texas. If you have not had a Patriot Sandwich Company sandwich from David Jordan and his crew, you got to try it. And if you do, you just mentioned Trash Talk. You heard about it on Trash Talk, and you'll get a free drink with your sandwich. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And you'll also again be helping veterans because a portion of your purchase goes to We Got Your Six, which is his foundation. So, that's what Trash Talk is all about. We like to get together and have some fun, but we got some great sponsors that are working for our veterans and working for your benefit. So get in touch with them.
Yeah, check them out, guys. You can follow them on social media. You can follow them on through one of our sites and check them out. Great organizations, great group of people. So it's really nice to make those connections.
Absolutely. Go out and be a superhero and do it.
We'll see you later.
Right. We'll catch you again next week. Bye.